Hello everyone and welcome to Scribbler Experiment, home of all things coloring. This is my first ever studio vlog, and my goal is with these studio vlogs to kind of show you what I'm working on week by week, maybe some of the hurdles that I have faced that week, the chaos I have faced, and maybe tell you a little bit about where I'm going the next week if I'm going anywhere fancy, which next week I am going somewhere fancy. So I do kind of want to start off with the fact that June is just a weird month for me, and for artists in general. Like, I don't have a ton of craft shows in the summer, and it's not because the weather is bad in the summer. Like, it's too hot outside and I get heat exhaustion very, very easily. So I have learned my lesson several times. You would think I have properly learned my lesson so that I wouldn't do it again, but really what I've done is, like, I've kind of just started to not sign up for as many summer shows, except for this week. I have an actual summer show coming up, and it's in a parking lot, so I'm kind of preparing to sweat my butt off, and yeah, hopefully not take a trip to the emergency room on the way back, because I have yet to actually do that. Because I've got a show coming up this week, my to-do list is currently longer than I can actually process, and I feel like for all small business owners, like, you have one of those weeks that, like, your brain can't actually focus on what you're supposed to be doing because you have so many things to do. And by so many things, this massive stack, like, this is a chunk of pencil cases, and I have to finish them at some point. Like, I've got a ton of different designs, and when I say, like, I do all things coloring, all I make is literally coloring stuff. These things are actually the outside of my pencil cases, so they're probably my best sellers of everything I make. You can find them right now on my Etsy, but I have a ton of them I have to make. I have to go through a large batch, and because I have a show on the week, I need a few more. I need a few more to make it through next weekend, and then I need to work on the larger batch, except for my brain can't, like, narrow it down to be like, you should make 30 and then move to the next thing that you need to make real quick before the weekend. No, we can't do that. So I just made the mistake of counting, and I have officially counted 151. I've ironed 108 so far, and I have to cut out interfacing for like 43 more because I have no self-control. But at this point, I'm like, well, I might as well, like, cut out the other fabrics that I kind of need to get back to, like, a base level of normal things that I have to choose from at the and it's fine. It's fine. 151. It's totally fine number. It's fine. Now this of course leads me to the second thing that needed to get done, which is, like, way more important and, like, requires so much more prep work. So you know how you always see, like, people advertising Christmas in July and you're like, haha, that's not a thing. Well, here's the thing. It is kind of a thing, especially for us small business owners, because, like, for my Christmas stuff, if I don't have it ready way before Christmas, I am not going to have enough for the actual holiday season when people start to buy it. These are my Christmas ornaments, and they are probably by far my most popular item every year that I make. I have tons of different designs. This one's unfinished. I have to stitch up the bottom. There's my little corgi, got a cat, got a little butt in the back. I don't know, I've got a chicken. This one was from last year. There's my chicken. There's my cows. Now we have, what did I say, mooey Christmas? Ha! I like a terrible pun. I don't know, I've got gingerbread people. I've got little, like, bunnies. I have a ton of different designs, though. And these are probably my most popular thing every year. They're a customer favorite, and, like, this is my biggest drop in the summer. It's like, I prepare for this big time. When I'm done with those new designs, I release it. Like, I do a big Christmas in July thing, normally in my VIP group. And it's a big, like, fancy, I don't know, shindig. We're gonna use hip popular words here. So for me, it's really, really important to not only have, like, ornaments made, because I obviously have ornaments from other years. I just showed them to you. So I have to make bulk of those, but then I always introduce 6 new ones every year. Like, that's a big deal to me. I started that, like, I don't know why I decided on a half dozen. The first year I did this, I had exactly 4 ornaments, and then people asked for, like, a little bit more simplistic ornaments. So I was like, okay, I can do that. So I made 2 more. We ended up with 6 the first year I did this. It seemed like a good number. It was a half a dozen. The next year I ended up with a dozen. I've added 6 every year, which means it's freaking June, and I have to think Christmas. And I've been in, like, shorts and t-shirts all week. Like, do you know how hard it is to think about Christmas when you're sweating? I mean, like, I live in Georgia. It's not known for being cold in the middle of June, right? So then, of course, what I end up doing is, like, I pop on Christmas movie marathons. The cheesier the better, because I don't really want to pay attention. I just need Christmas ambiance. Turn up the AC. cutesy, you know, like sometimes I'll make myself a cup of hot cocoa because like I'm trying to get in the mood, but again, it's so hot outside that my sweat is sweating, and I try to kind of just think Christmas, and it's terrible. Like, it breaks your brain. I don't know. If there's one thing your brain does not want to do in the middle of like June, and this is even worse when I do it in May, it's like, think Christmas. So I successfully finished the task. I got all 6 done. I'm proud of it. I got it done. But man, was it stressful. So I knocked it out. Let's dive into my sketchbook, and I'll show you the ornaments when they actually get here. So, you know, hang in for future episodes. I don't know. Now, I would like to caution you before I show you this, that my sketchbook and then the final drawings are never the same things. Like, I don't know. I need the sketch on the paper because my brain can't work on the tablet, but like, I don't know, they always look like chaos to me, so here we go, because these don't look like much of anything. So this is a little sneak preview of what you will be getting in the big Christmas in July drop. I've wanted to redo my angel ornament. I've had an angel ornament for years. It was one of those original 6 though, and like, it needed an update. So I've got these 2 little angels here that I sketched. I was trying to go for more of like a stained glass thing. Really excited about the finished result. It does look really nice. This is one of those ones though that I did for me. Like, I redid it because this year, for some bizarre reason, I've really wanted my art to get better, but also I've really wanted to be able to prove to myself that my art did get better, if that makes sense. And this little glam up was kind of proof to myself that like, I can make it better. I can improve and make not just a better product, but a better piece of art for me. It's a personal thing, I guess. So sometimes I listen to customers when I create new art pieces. Sometimes I kind of do what I want. And I feel like as an artist, there's a very good balance between those 2 things. This one I definitely did because it meant something to me and I wanted to make it better. Turn the page here. I have some really crappy looking ballerinas. I will say drawing people is not my forte, so I've been asked for several years to do Nutcracker ballet themed things. Like, I have a lot of dance moms that visit me. I have a lot of friends that are dance moms. I have a lot of adult friends that used to take part in the Nutcracker when they were kids. So like, it's just a nostalgic thing. And I mean, like, also people who just like to go see it every year. So I'm working on that. Next up in my terrible looking sketchbook, ignore these are for a different project that I have not finished yet. I've got alien ones. One of my really good friends, if you were in my VIP group, has always asked for Christmas aliens. So I don't know. We'll see if you guys like this one. This one actually got finished though. It's been kind of this running joke in our VIP group that my friend has been like, Christmas aliens, and I'm like, I don't want to do Christmas aliens. Oh jeez, why? And this year I caved, so I'm really actually proud of how it turned out. Back page, Nutcracker we're working on to go on with ballerina. Got a fox done actually. I've done a lot of foxes this year, and I think that's the end of my sketchbook. So y'all will have to keep an eye out for when I get done with those, because they will eventually show up in the mail. Like, the fabric has to show up at some point. I get to start sewing, and then, you know, they'll look like these little ornaments down here with the front and the back when I'm done. So I promise I will show you those once I actually get the final to start cutting and stuffing. And this is kind of the funny thing about me, but I feel like all artists get that. You complain about your art, but you really are proud of it. So like, I complain about the Christmas ornaments because it's just really weird having to get in the Christmas spirit in June. But when they do come in, I am really proud of them. I will say, because like, these, I have to close them all up by hand, so I will say I have some really intense carpal tunnel because of them. So I do have to like give myself a break for my hand on the off seasons because of these. I do have a friend who helps with these. But like, I'm a little bitter towards them because of that, but I am proud of them. I do think they're a lot of fun. And like, my goal is they're good for grown-ups and they're good for kids. I want everybody in the family to be able to do this project together. So I don't want to make them little kidsy. You know what I mean? Like, I want these to be things that you love doing together, but also that will like actually stick around and you're not just gonna want to toss because they look so crappy after a year. Like, I am not Walmart. I can do better than Walmart quality kind of thing. That's why you buy handmade though, right? Like, you don't go in for cheap polyester with handmade. You go for stuff that's gonna last you and that you really love. So that is really my goal with these. Now, you remember earlier when I said that I'd been redoing a bunch of art? I have redone more pieces this year than I think I've ever done before. I don't think I've ever actually done this before, where I've redone pieces. So one of the things I decided to redo this year was my cat coloring fabric. Let me show you my old fabric, and then let me show you my glam up. This right here is my old cat coloring fabric. Now, all of these cats on this piece, these are actually my friends' cats. Like, they gave me photos so I could sketch from them, so I know some of these cats. So why did I redo this piece? There's actually a few reasons for it. I decided to redo this piece for a few reasons, and the main one is that I was never satisfied with the old version. When I first started doing this, a lot of people would tell me, oh, I want to see this and that and the other. Okay, like, oh, I want to color this. Oh, I want to color that. When I made candy fabric, I made cupcake fabric. When I started this business, I had 2 fabrics. And then I added space fabric. And then I was like, oh, people like dogs. I like dogs. My friends have a lot of dogs. I'll draw a dog fabric pattern. So I drew this dog fabric pattern. Love it. It's super cute. It's lasted the test of time. It took me 4 weeks. I sketched from my friends' photos. It was amazing. But the thing was, once I had dogs, people kept saying, I want to color cats. So what ended up happening was I made the cat coloring fabric not because I was inspired to make the cat coloring fabric, but because I felt like people wanted to see it, therefore I had to. Otherwise, the voices in my head, which were just, you know, customers giving me suggestions really, they weren't really like pushing me, make something you don't want to make, and it even wasn't that I didn't want to make it. It was just I had voices in my head telling me to make it, so I made it so I should make it, and not because I felt like I had this grand idea to make it. So what I ended up doing was I took inspiration from the dog fabric and I sketch photos with the cats instead, and I tried to make them a little bit different. Do I hate the old fabric? No. But because I wasn't like, I never had that moment of, wow, inspiration, like, it just never hit me as like, oh, this is the thing I'm really, really proud of. I love this. I'm so glad I made it. And for that reason, because I've just kind of been redoing art this year just to kind of show that I can do better and I can improve, I really, really wanted to redo that particular fabric. This is my bolt of the brand new cat coloring fabric. I literally just got it in the mail a few days ago. I just got to cut into it today. This is why it has scraggly bits at the end. But I just got to cut into it today, and I'm really proud of this because it's quirky and it's fun and it's me. It's more my art style right now, and I really like it. Hang in there, let's check this out. This is the new cat coloring fabric. And the cats are definitely more cartoony than the old cats, which, like, that was kind of what I was going for. So they're a little bit more cartoony. I think they'll be a ton of fun to color because there's so many more of them. So, like, per item, you're gonna get so many more cats just from the space. And I really like the style more. It's sillier. It's got a lot more of the little, like, funky things that make my art my art. And I'm just really proud of it. I'm actually really enjoying going back and revisiting old pieces like this, though, because this looks nothing like the original. You figure, like, here's the old, here's the new, right? It's not the same. I'm not redoing the same piece. I'm not trying to redo the same piece. I'm trying to make it better. So anyway, really proud of me. Part of me wants to tell you that's all I've done this week because I feel like I already sound like I've done enough, but also it's not. But most of what else I've done has just been shopping. Which there's nothing bad with shopping. I've been running out of supplies, and I found things that I was really excited about, and you know, here they are. They're all just lining fabrics. They go with my existing fabrics, so like my bags have an inside and an outside. My pillows have a front and a back. Let me show you. Example throw pillow. Front is coloring fabric. Back is fun colored fabric. So what I went shopping for this week was the backing fabrics. So I thought that was fun. I found a few new things that I really love. Ta-da! This is what I picked up this week. I realize it's not a small amount of fabric, but I'm excited about it. You want to see? First of all, I've been eyeing this one for a while. It's dinos. And I like the coloring on this one. I really like the textures on it. I got new sharks to go with my shark coloring fabric pattern. I think they're super cute. Plus, I like the little bright ones in the middle. Like, I don't know. It's a fun pop of color. More of the other dinosaurs. Oh, this one I really liked. Look at the rainbow dogs. Did I need it? Absolutely not. But also kind of, yes, I did. And then, like, this one I'm trying to track down more of because I could only find like 2 yards of it. And I just think it's really cool. It's like dinosaurs, but comic book style. How stinking cute is that? I just realized I left bolts of fabric out. So I found them now. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm the reason that you can't find anything in Joann's. Got some new unicorns. I thought these were super cute. I've got like a rainbow unicorn pattern and a castles and unicorns pattern, so this will go with my rainbow unicorns. I have a few castle ones already, so like I don't need more of those. More rainbow unicorns. Oh, this one was the one I was most excited about. This will go with my book fabric. Little cats and books. How stinking cute is that? Clearly I am enthusiastic about everything. We've got cute little sloths on the beach. They're just so happy. I have to order more of my sloth coloring fabric though, because I'm actually almost out of that. These are restocks for my unicorns. This one I've had before. It looks really fun on the inside of bags because it's kind of busy with that whole rainbow, but when you make it smaller and it's just like a little pop of color, super fun. And this one goes with my Castles and Unicorns print normally. I just love the colors on this. If you cannot tell, bright colors are my thing because my entire product line is black and white, so it has to pop somewhere. This I didn't need, but I needed. I mean, like, seriously, look how cool those planets are. They're just, like, so happy neon. I love them so much. So, yeah, super excited to cut into this one. And then last is probably my favorite. I have this mushroom coloring fabric that I made last summer. Last summer, I think. And I just, like, how freaking fun is that? I hadn't seen that anywhere else yet. So, really love the colors on this. I had yet to actually have, like, a mushroom print to go along with my mushroom coloring fabric. So, I'm super excited for this because it fits the vibes. I mean, like, check that out. Like, my coloring fabric and then the lining fabric. Like, I think those are gonna go really well together. Stylistically, they work. Super excited about this print though. So yeah, that is what I bought this week. If we don't count a 20-pound box of polyfill that I cannot show you because it's living in my car. And if you're like, why is it living in your car? The thing about 20-pound boxes of polyfill is not that they're heavy, it's that when you have tiny T-Rex arms like I do, they're really hard to lift because the boxes are just really massive, and they've started like manufacturing some of them with handles and then some of them without handles, so it's a whole thing. So it's just currently, polyfill though is the big puffy stuff that goes inside of stuffed animals, so I have 20 pounds of this sitting in my car. This is a 10-pound bag here that's been completely decimated. So that's about it for this week. I'm really excited. I get to go to Braselton this week. Hopefully it's not going to be super hot, but it's the middle of June, so I'm probably not going to luck out on that. So a lot of what I'm going to be working on this week is prep work for then, and next week I will be coming to you from Braselton, and I will do like a little update from there and show you around the show a little bit. That one's 3 days and setup is Thursday, so hopefully I'll get to show you a little bit more than I did on my last video, which was Virginia Highlands, which is a 1-day show with setup and tear down the same day. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me though. I hope you'll pop back in. If you like this video, please give me a subscribe, leave me a comment. Love to know what you think. Thanks so much for hanging out, and happy coloring.